family too, my child. You know, I'm so concerned that I brought her with me here tonight. About 2 years ago, myself and 4 of my colleagues had the opportunity to tour Bradford County with a couple of the Bradford County commissioners. And we went to sites they were drilling on, sites that were reclaimed, drove us down roads that they told us that prior to the gas industry we couldn't drive on. They talked about how their Social Security system, but they were, in the counties, they were actually importing work from other counties to keep their people employed by the Social Security in that county busy, because there wasn't enough work for them to keep busy. They talked about how their unemployment rate was next to nothing. All right, when was the last time our unemployment rate was next to nothing? And when you talked about children, as we drove by ball fields, Little League fields, you know what they talked about? How the kids were getting new equipment, new uniforms, were able to travel at no cost to their parents because of the gas industry. When the flood hit in 2011, they didn't know what to do because Sarah, Pennsylvania was hit as hard as Owego, New York. They reached out to one of their gas partners down there and said, "We need help." He said, "What do you need?" "We need dump trucks. We need front end loaders." In a week, they had Sayre, Pennsylvania cleaned up. Owego, it took months. Did they get a bill? No. So when you talk about good partners and family, and another thing they talked about, you're going by cemeteries. All right, instead of having to have volunteers or people come take care of the grave sites, the cemetery associations were able to hire landscapers to take care of the cemetery so that our loved ones who passed, their graves or their tombstones didn't look hideous. So when you talk about family, it all comes around. And they talk about how what wonderful the partners the gas industry is down there. All right, and that was 2 years ago. It creates jobs. Many of our members are still working in Pennsylvania in gas-related industry. Right? Many of our members worked in Horseheads, New York at the Schlumberger facility. Schlumberger invested, what, $60 million in Horseheads because of the fracking? Those are all jobs that are important to us. These jobs, and whether they're union or non-union, they're created by gas. All right? I read in the paper here last week where Florida now has surpassed New York State in population. All right, like I said, I brought my daughter here. She's a senior in high school. She'll be going to college. And you know what? In 5 years, when she's out of college, there's a good chance New York might lose 3 more people. And 2 of them might be to Florida. And who knows where my daughter might end up, wherever she has to go to get a job and pay off the debt she's going to have to pay. All right? You're reading the paper about the subject here. Yes, it's nice having Binghamton University as an economic engine to drive the economy down here. But when you read the papers, in October, PepsiCo Bottling closed right there on Court Street in Binghamton. Next month, Putnam Publishing closing their doors, leaving Binghamton. How many hundreds of jobs is that? Not to mention small businesses, little mom and pop's place like McClendon Flowers and Nico's Diner, they're gone. Who's next? Governor Cuomo, we need help. We need you to lift this ban, and we're going to contact our people, our friends in Albany, whether they're in the Assembly or the Senate. We're going to say, call the governor, talk to him, tell them to reverse this. And if they say no, trust us. Us in the building trades know how to say no too. And they're going to listen loud, and we're going to make it clear. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. This is a great turnout. And one thing, I know that the anti-people, they're well-funded, and they're very loud, and they're in the minority. But however, this sleeping giant that's in the majority has been woke up, and our voices are going to be heard, Governor, so you better listen up, because we're mad. Thank you.